Alright everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris and this is Slow Twins. Welcome to the channel, just starting out. Today we're going to do a deep dive into what the car has done to it, where the car came from, and future plans for the car. So I hope you like it, subscribe, stay tuned. We're going to be doing a lot of videos every week, not just of my car. Right there, it's a Saturn Sky. Gabriel will also be on the channel, and featured cars that come into our garage. So when I bought the car a couple years back, I had some ideas of what I wanted to do to the car. First thing I wanted to do was a twin turbo car. There wasn't that many Camaros out there that I could find that were twin turbo. Not just that, but a supercharged Camaro just wasn't my thing. Everybody has it, everybody does. It's very popular, so I wanted to do something that wasn't really done. So twin turbo it was. When looking at all the kits that were out there, AGP kit was the only low mount kit that I could find with great reviews at the time. This is before Helion came out with their low mount kit. Going back to when I bought the car about 2 years ago. At that time, the car only had bolt-ons. Just your run-of-the-mill headers, intake, catch can, nothing crazy. The car was fun, but it didn't have as much power as I wanted, and I definitely wanted to build this car into something that I could be proud of and that I could race and have fun. The LS3 that's in here now, it's still the same block. We just had it cleaned, honed, decked, got it ready for the new build. What the engine build does have is Diamond Racing pistons for boost specific applications, Lunati forged rods. We have ARP studs holding it all together, King brand rod and main bearings. We do have a BTR Stage 2 twin turbo cam in the car. The non-power adders, we do have tailor-made wires for the spark plugs, have upgraded spark plugs to NGKs. The heat range is a 6. The Mighty Mouse catch can, it's their wild version, which is good for about 1200 horsepower. For the transmission, I do have a Stage 2 twin disc clutch from McLeod. It's the RXT, which is good for about 1000 horsepower. I do have a speed bleeder for the transmission. For the Slave Master cylinder, we do have a billet release. The original GM release was plastic, which did melt pretty fast with the turbos installed. In terms of fuel, I do have the Injector Dynamics injectors. They're 1050X's. I have a ZL1 fuel pump. I do have an aftermarket fuel pump control module installed in the vehicle as well. And then of course fuel is going to be one of the next things that I do to the vehicle after. In terms of wheels and setups, I have 2 sets of wheels. One's the drag setup. I run a Raystar 18-inch Recluse wheel with a Mickey Thompson ET Street R's. They're 305, 45, 18s in terms of size. And then for the other set, it's street / canyon set of tires. I do have on the vehicle currently Giovanna Meccas. They're a 20-inch wheel. They're rather heavy, but they do look nice, except for the amount of brake dust they like to collect. They're wrapped in street comps in the front, and then in the backs, don't remember exactly what tire brand I have on there right now. In the vehicle, I do have 3 aftermarket gauge pods. I originally wanted 0. I wanted the car to be a sleeper, but after blowing up the first piston and destroying a bit of the motor, I wanted to make sure that the second build doesn't have any of that. So first thing we went with was a boost controller by Go Fast Bits, or GFB. It's their electronic boost controller. It works perfect. There's up to 6 presets for how much boost you want and how fast it gets delivered to the car, which is amazing. The next Gauge that I have is an OBD2 reader from Aeroforce. And then finally, Innovative Motorsports, their DLG1, which is a dual AFR gauge. So I can read the AFR on both sides of the motor as it comes down. These are very essential just to make sure that we maintain the health of the car and the motor, especially when doing pulls and racing at the track. Currently on the car, the twin turbo set is from AGP. The turbo sizes are 5457s. They're ball B Garretts, so they are pretty small in terms of the size for this vehicle. However, they're good up to 800 horsepower. They spool pretty quickly, and I'm going to keep them on the car until I max them out, which will be hopefully pretty soon, but it really depends on build progress, time, etc. The end goal for the car is around probably 11 to 1200 horsepower, but you know, originally when I went twin turbo, the goal was 700 to 800 horsepower, and you know, you're always going to want more, so that's where I'm at now, and hopefully it's not where I'm at once I get to 11 to 1200 horsepower, but stay tuned. Perfect. And last but not least, guys, is the future plans for the car. Next up would be a fuel upgrade, going either double or a triple fuel pump. At that point, I could get up to around 800 horsepower, which would be awesome. And then after that, I will be doing work on the rear end. I'm not quite sure exactly what I want to do yet. We will discuss that in future videos, but it'll definitely be something more with more strength, maybe a 15-inch conversion with ZL1. Not quite sure at this time. Then after that would be bigger turbos, a roll cage, and at that point just making a full-on race car, maybe even weight reduction. If you have any questions, you have any recommendations, drop them in the comments below. Thanks for joining the channel. I hope you subscribe. Lots of videos to come. Let me know if you want to see certain content. Thank you.